I am thankful for the walk to Emmaus. One, when I went there, it gave me an opportunity to pause from real life and to just focus on my relationship with God and to be able to feel the Holy Spirit in ways that I didn't even know I could. And it has shown me that I can do that in my everyday life at home.
How long ago did I go on my walk to Emmaus? It was probably 3 or 4 years ago now. Well, I had a lot of questions for God, and I got a real sense of purpose for my life, and I just got an intense love for God, and I know that I am God's son as well. It is definitely a time commitment, so that was the hardest part for me, and I know I hemmed and hawed for a while before I went, but if I figure if I don't do it now, I'll never do it, so I made the jump, and it was one of the best things I've ever done.
I took my walk to Emmaus in 1997. At the time, Bob wasn't going to church, but he supported me going.
And I did my pilgrim walk in April of 2014. I was somewhat of a slow learner. Terry, as well as a number of other people, over 14 years tried to encourage me. I say that they were badgering me, but as I said, I was a slow learner, and it took me a while to accept the fact that I needed to go, and thank God that I did. I was not sure exactly what to expect. I'm kind of a control freak and like to know what's going to happen before I commit to anything. But I'll tell you, it was one of the most rewarding things that I think I've ever done in my life. And I wish it wouldn't have taken me 14, 15 years to go. It was very rewarding personally, and I think it did a lot for our marriage too.
I think so too.
I went on my walk in the summer of 1999, right before my senior year in high school. A friend of mine had been witnessing to me and asking me if I'd like to go to church with her. I was not from a family that went to church typically, and so I enjoyed spending time with her, so I was spending more and more time doing church-related things with her. When her dad asked me if I'd like to go on a retreat with her, I was absolutely willing to do that, and it just so happened that that retreat was Walk to Emmaus. Wow. Well, for me, mine was pretty life-changing, coming from a family that did not go to church. It was on my walk to Emmaus that I made my first decision to follow Jesus. And so that's a pretty big thing for me. I think more than that, I learned about community, and that there were many people in this one movement, and that was exciting to me. That it is worth it. I know that it takes a sacrifice. You have to sacrifice some time, and if you're a young family, you've got to rearrange some childcare duties and work schedules and those sorts of things, and that can be tricky, but it is absolutely worth it. It's worth it for, if nothing else, a time of refreshing and getting away, but it's also so much more than that, to learn about all the different ways that grace can present itself in your life is just a really beautiful experience. And whether you're a brand new believer or you've been a believer for decades and decades, there will be new forms of grace that are new to you on this weekend experience.